So here we got the Razer Onza, our tournament-grade controller for the Xbox 360, and there's a few things that are different from the original Microsoft controller. First thing you'll notice are these rings underneath the analog sticks. They're basically used to adjust the tension on these sticks, so you can dial them down and make them really loose, or you can dial them up and make them really tight, depending on what kind of like tension you want on your analog stick. It's something that when we work with the pro games, some of the pro gamers in Halo and some other games, basically what they told us is that when they buy a new controller, they usually give it away to some friends and let them play with it for a couple of months, so the analog stick gets a lot looser, right? On the other hand, some of the driving, like racing games, these players, which is probably not the majority, but they like a more stiffer analog stick. So, but whatever your preference is, you can just adjust it from the get-go to whatever the hell you want. Second thing is, you see at the back here are two multi-function buttons, two like additional buttons, and as opposed to the usual controller. You can use these here to map them to any other key on your controller. So something that's really common that you might want to use in Halo, for example, or in Borderlands, is to map it to these trigger buttons, because they're sometimes hard to actuate while using the controller. So all I do is map it to this button, and I can actually use them in any way I want to. Or at the moment we even have a rapid fire button in there, which not necessarily will be in the final products. Well, like, we're discussing it, but definitely you can map it to whatever button you want it to be.
Might need two different versions.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we're looking at a tournament-grade play, and the rapid-fire button would basically go against the rules of that. So it's not a feature we would definitely want to have in, but it's something we're at least considering. So other things that we did with the controller is basically, if you want to take it in your hand, you can basically feel we ported the non-slip rubber finish from our mice to the controller, so it gives you a much better feel for the controller. The other thing that we took from our mice are the hyper response buttons. So these buttons, basically we all use the better technology for the switches, so they give you better tactile and audible feedback. They have an actual shorter travel time, so you can actuate them faster. So this is something that we took from our mice. The last thing that you don't see in the prototype here yet is basically we're working on an improved D-pad, because the original one is kind of wobbly, right? Not as precise or accurate. So what we're trying to approach is something more along the lines of a PlayStation controller, with like a 4 discrete button kind of style for the D-pad. So yeah, that's still in progress. So what you see here is just a prototype, but we're targeting to launch this in Q3 2010 this year for $49.99. Yeah, that's probably about it for the controller.
And are there going to be any wireless versions, or you just going to stick to the wired?
Correct. Well, for now we're definitely focusing on the wireless controller, because obviously the latency is much lower on the. Sorry, we focus on the wired controller. I got that one, because the latency is lower on that one than the wireless. But it's something we will probably looking at other products maybe further.
Trying to make great Xbox 360 controller. Just a prototype, right? For now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. I like the feel right here.
So yeah, basically all these that you can see here, they're all hand built. Really.
Oh, they are hand built.
Also, they're hand built. Oh, nice. Okay.